Peace, 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 Queen DawnSpiritk Hill. Welcome to my channel. Hey guys, this is a very special recording and interview. I'm so excited that you guys chose to join us this day. And I'm here with Annie's Kindness Blankets Foundation. And these are the beautiful ladies that have started the foundation. And I want you guys to listen to this amazing story because it's going to change so many lives when they see this video. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good.
Great. Yes. Can you guys introduce yourself to my community?
Sure. I'll start, and then I'm Barbara. I am actually the girls' great aunt, although I look younger than that, but that's okay. And I am Annie's aunt.
Nice.
My name is Angela. I'm the oldest sister. Annie was my mom.
I'm Chrissy. I am the second oldest sister, and Annie was also my mom.
And we are the founders of Annie's Kindness Blankets.
Yeah.
So tell us how you started, how you came about starting Annie's Kindness Blankets, and how many lives you've changed. I'm so excited. I can't wait for you guys to share your stories.
So basically it started with my mom passed away from suicide in March 30th, 2015. And during that period, I would say for the first 6 months to a year, it was very, very dark for us. Barbara says all the time, you don't know blindsided until you're truly blindsided. So we were all just in shock and a lot of pain. And we really didn't discuss suicide for, I would say, like the first couple months of it happening, because we had never experienced that kind of loss before. And suicide wasn't really a conversation. Mental illness of any kind was really not a conversation in our family before that happened. And I would say around September, we kind of got the idea to just make 35 no-sew just tied blankets, because that was the age that my mom died. And we thought that it would just be nice to go to a hospital and give these people blankets in honor of my mom, just to let them know that they're not alone, and whatever they're suffering through, they'll get through it. And the blanket was kind of just a symbol. It's kind of like a warm hug, and it's just a symbol of kindness and love. So we made the 35 blankets. We went to, was it South Shore Hospital?
Yep, we went to South Shore.
Yeah, and we basically just walked in with a bunch of bags on our arms. And we were kind of just like, who can we give these to? Where can we put them? And I remember just the look on the staff and the nurses' faces when they saw us walk in, and they saw what we were doing, and they were so just appalled.
Well, they were like very acceptive, like they were just like amazed at.
Yeah, definitely. And we took them up to, was it the pediatrics floor?
Yeah, we hit floor 3. We just picked a floor, and it happened to be the pediatrics floor.
Yeah, and we gave away the blankets, and we heard such positive things about it that at that point we were like, okay, well, let's do it again. Why not? So we went to a couple other hospitals and health centers, and once we saw the impact that it was making on people, people started reaching out to us on social media and stuff like that. So at that point we were like, why stop? Why stop now? The message that we're creating clearly is touching people, and that wasn't even the intent. Yeah. I think we weren't even intending to start a nonprofit or have people say that we saved their lives or anything like that. We just wanted to do an act of kindness, because you never know what someone's going through. And so far, up to now, we've donated about 12,000 blankets, and many more to come. Barbara, if you want to pick up on that.
Yeah, we are up to 12,000 blankets, which is extremely, for all of us, it blows us away how much blankets are out there. And it's truly because we have like so many volunteers that help us and, you know, believe in our mission. We believe in our mission, and we, you know, like Chrissy said, when we stepped into this, we were very like, I don't know, nervous. We didn't know what we were doing. We were very awkward. We were just like at a hospital with, you know, no-sew blankets in each tote bag and holding them. We had no idea. And the response was unbelievable. And it just kind of encourages you to take that next step. You know, it's okay, take that next step. I mean, you know, over the years, it's been 6.5 years, it's been 7 years almost since Annie passed away. It's been 6.5 years since we started this. We say this all the time, you know, although we help so many people, what it has done for us is amazing. I don't know where we would be without Annie's kindness blankets. Probably spiraling out of control, because the depth of grief that you find yourself in is unimaginable. You don't even know what to do with it. And, you know, every loss is a big loss. A loss to a mental illness or a depression or something that where someone could have said something but was too afraid to. It's just like you don't see it coming. And then the questions and whys and what if. And, you know, I will say this until the day I die, there is no way Annie would never ever want to hurt any one of us, and especially her girls. She loved them to the moon and back. So, you know, her pain was louder than her love. And, you know, she was believing the lies in her head that was happening. And I think with all of this, what started happening is the more people we started helping, the more the conversation became safer. So not only did our volunteers get the blankets, I mean, our recipients got the blankets and loved them, but then they would talk about it. And then next thing you know, we got the recipients out, you know, external circle to call us. And then they became volunteers, and those volunteers, which were recipients, now were giving out blankets, which became recipients and then volunteers. So it's like one big aura of love. And, you know, the Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, I can't even go over on so many people that helped us make these blankets. And it's truly wraps the world in love in so many layers. And, you know, one of them is, of course, the way we, what this is about. And it's about Annie and what a beautiful, bright soul she was. You know, they say the kindest people are the loneliest. And, you know, the sweetest is the brightest. And, you know, she was certainly one of the kindest, sweetest people on this earth. And I think too, that's why this has been so snowball, right? Because you can feel the love in each blanket. You can feel the love from the recipients that get it. You can feel even the volunteers making them. Everybody has an affiliation with suicide, depression, and mental illness. Everybody, your uncle, your aunt, your sister, you, whoever. And a lot of people are really afraid to talk about it. So not only has this become a symbol of love and hope, and also an everlasting hug to anybody that may need, but it's a safe place to sit down with whoever's making them with you, knowing the stories about Annie and potentially talking about it and being like, it's okay if you feel this way. It's okay for you to say you're not okay. Like we have to stop passing judgment on people that are saying, I'm not okay. You can't get mad. You can't get angry. You can't put your false, you know, aggressions because you're mad because they don't want to be on this earth anymore. You kind of have to be like, okay, we got you. And I think that's the message we're trying to get across. And, you know, all I can say is 12,000 blankets later, that's not us moving this circle forward. That's Annie moving the circle forward. And it's not stopping. And every single thing that's occurred to us, we didn't ask for it. We didn't call for it. We didn't pick up the phone and look for it. It's literally all landed in our laps, from like the Lady Gaga book, the TLC awards, like the mass heroin stuff. Like, people come to us because they're like, we feel that, but you guys are saying it. Right. And we're going to be right there next to you. And the other thing too is, like, you know, Annie was my niece, the most beautiful, loving person, but these two young girls are her voices, and they are the youth, you know, and when they speak, people listen. And they speak about love, kindness, you know, of course, have your boundaries, right? We all have to have our boundaries. You know, I'm all full of love and light, and like, I will love you to death, but I have my boundaries because you kind of have to, right?
You have to.
You have to. So in the meantime, not only is the youth looking at them and as they speak their truth, but they have their boundaries up. They also know, you know, what is healthy for them as well. So they are the future. They speak very well. They know what they believe in. They believe in Annie's kindness blankets. And, you know, honestly, I am one of the founders, but I'm standing behind them now because I want them to go, because they're doing such an amazing job, you know, coming out of a tragedy that they did, and holding the world up on their shoulders and helping everybody.
Yeah,
And
I'm
they're
very proud of
really
them.
Very proud of them. Very amazing.
I want to stop you real quick one second. I want to get Annie the blanket that you guys gave me because I want them to see the gift that you gifted me. 1 second, ladies.
I was going to say too, after she brings over the blanket.
Did you want to say something?
Yeah.
Angela?
Go ahead.
Yes.
Go
Can
for
you
it.
please say
I
something?
was just going to say, like, I find it too, like, not only are we doing the talking, but like our actions are matching our words as well. You know, we were talking about like bringing those blankets to the hospital. Like, we were so awkward and so like almost like
Weird.
cringed and scared to tell people about who we are and why we were even there, like what even led us to this. But it almost felt like as soon as we did, it was like a big weight off of our shoulders, and it really just connected every single person in that room to one another. And I really feel like, even though that's one singular situation with these blankets, that happens constantly. And even though it is awkward, like every single time we do that, it gets less and less and less awkward, and more and more, and more connected, and more listening, more love, and more light. And honestly, that's when Annie passed away, like we were just looking for a way to bring her back into that light that she had always been in. And we weren't going to let mental illness or suicide take away any more from her.
Yes. Now, this is the blanket that you guys gifted me. And I'm going to tell you, I'm an energy reader, as you guys know, my community. I read energy. And when I got this blanket is like a uplifting. It's hard to explain in words because it's so healing. My family, whenever they come here, I have it sitting on the sofa, and if they're not in the best of mood, I put it on them. They're like, oh my God, this is a healing blanket. And my grandkids have slept with it. Everyone has slept with this blanket. Wow. Anyone that comes to visit, and I say, here, let me give you some healing. And I just lay it on, and they're like, they feel the energy, like you guys are spreading love. That's what we chose to come here for. And even though when, you know, the tragedy that happened to your mom, she was able to help heal so many on so many levels. I too had family members that have, you know, committed suicide, because here on earth is very difficult, as you all know, and it can be overwhelming for us sometimes. And it's literally hell, but the good thing is you can manifest whatever you want. And out of the pain that Annie was going through, she was able to spread love all over the world, and continuing to over and over and over again on so many levels. And I feel so, I guess, guys, whoever is watching this probably wants to know how we connected. So my husband and I were looking to buy a house, and he brought me their house. He brought their house for me as a gift. And when we first walked into the house, I immediately fell in love with the house. I walked in through the foyer, and I went into the kitchen, and I walked into the family room, and I stood there in the family room, and I said to my husband, I want this house. I got to have this house, and regardless of the obstacles that were placed in our way, we bought the house, and we just sold it last year. And I have so many phenomenal, amazing stories in connection with Annie on so many levels. Signs, her coming to me. I knew she was in there, but I was going by what the realtors told me. So after doing more research and finding out what really actually happened, and then we finally connected, was last year, right?
Yeah.
Was it last year when we finally connected?
Like what, the summer, right?
Yeah, it was in the summer, yep, which is a crazy story in itself. But
yeah, why don't you tell them how we connected?
Oh man, I have so, you know, after that had happened and Annie had passed away in the house, the girls, left very quickly, of course. They didn't want to go back at the time. Like it was just a place that reminded them of pain, but their mom happiness. So it was just a lot of emotions, So the house went up on sale, and then, we never knew anything else. We all went our own ways away from the house. But I have a friend, and she's a very, very good friend, and she's best friends with the next door neighbor of where you lived, where Annie lived.
Mhm.
And honestly, I never put two and two together for so long. I don't know this woman very well. I only know her through my best friend. So anyway, she had called me up just probably about a month before we actually met with you. And she had told me that, she had bumped into your husband, and, I think her husband and your husband had a conversation. And I think she gave me your number, and she said, Dawn said to call her anytime. And, I have to honestly tell you, I held that number for a month because I was nervous. I was like, I don't know what to do with this number. Like, this is so crazy that somehow the person that bought Annie's house landed in my lap somehow. Like, what
That
do I
was
do? Like,
Annie.
So crazy.
That was Annie.
yes, it was so crazy. So I connected with you, of course. And then I remember texting Angie and Chrissy on a group email, or maybe even separate, but one saw it first. But I remember Angela, who was literally across the street from you, because she was at her friend's house. And she said, oh, because I told them how you invited us down, and you invited us to come in. And, Angie was like, I want to run down there right now. She's like, I just want to go right now. Can we go right now? And I think within a week or whatever, Chrissy too, she was like, let's go. I'm there, let's go. I think within a week or two, we were in your dining room, and you were so welcoming. And, I honestly am so grateful for that experience, because I feel like
it changed my life.
it
Yeah.
changed Annie's life, Chrissy's life, and my life. Like, I would never walk back in that house again, because that was all Annie. That was my Annie. She loved that house. For Angie and Chrissy, they lived there. They loved that house too. So it was closure in the highest form. In a loving form. Like, the graciousness that you gave us, Michael gave us, the home felt filled with love. Us sitting around your dining room table and just talking and talking and talking.
About 4 or 5 hours, right?
Yeah. It was like we had known each other forever.
Yes.
Like,
it really did.
Yeah.
I knew we were going to meet you, like, right off the bat too. As soon as that night that Barbara called me, I remember I was downstairs in my room, and this was when I was living at my friend's house. I was only a few doors down from you, and I had got off the phone, and I looked over because a picture flew right off of my dresser, and it was the picture just of my mom. And I was like, yep, she's like, yep, this is happening. You need to
go down there and meet her.
I texted Barb back, and I was like, I'm about to go run down there right now, because like I just feel so connected to her, so connected already. And
wow,
it was like changing.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. You know what's so unique about that house? We used to walk our dog, our Yorkie, past that house, and I was always fascinated with that house. God's honest truth. I saw all the other houses, but something about that house, I was just like, there's something was special about that house. And it's because you were there.
Yeah.
Really,
oh my God, that's so crazy.
That's also how my mom saw that house too, because when we were looking for houses before we even bought that one at the time, I remember we looked at it and my mom was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. And then the next morning she woke up and she's like, no, we're buying that house. Like, I need that house.
I fell in love with it overnight.
So it's just interesting how it came, how you had like pretty much the same exact experience as her.
And then we also found out your dad had said to us that your house, that the dining room, they used to drink coffee in the dining room, and they loved that dining room. Your mom loved that dining room and that window. And that window is where I've done a lot of my spiritual healing and affirmations and so forth. Like, that dining room is where I've held my Reiki classes at, and it's so welcoming. Everyone that came to our home felt so welcome and felt the love.
We
in the
did
home.
too. We
Yeah,
did too.
immediately.
And honestly, I don't know. I'm so grateful that that connection was made. Thank you, Annie. And
Yes, Annie.
and you know, just what you did for the girls and I, you brought us a lot of peace that we were missing. We were missing, that big piece was missing. I think that, you know, more than me, I think the girls needed to go walk back into that house, but with somebody that held their arms wide open and said, come in, I got you if you're gonna fall. Like, and that's what you did. So thank you for that.
You're
And for
welcome.
me too.
And Annie, also thank you for being open to meet us and to come back to the home, because Annie helped me become a Reiki master. Because it was my mission to help people heal from their pain. Because,
Well,
you
you
know,
helped us.
thank you. She changed our lives too. She changed me and Michael's lives on so many levels. I mean, even Prince have seen her, where you can hear, he would be barking and looking up and nobody, we couldn't visibly see anyone, but he would see him. He would see Annie.
I will tell you that, you know,
Dogs love her for some reason, like dogs.
it's just,
Huh?
yeah, Annie's like, she had a little puppy Sarge, and God, that dog loved Annie and loved her.
Obsessed with her.
You know, her kind soul just emanates anywhere she went. She was just, like I said, there's just people out there that are just, I mean, we're all good people. There's just people out there that are just good. You can feel their love roll off them. Their presence makes you feel better immediately. And that's who she was and is. You know, so I feel like even with us, you know, the blankets, every blanket that goes out there has a little piece of her in it. You know, it's filled with hope. I think the blankets are a good, they stand for hope. Like you wrap this around you and just remember there's always hope.
Yes, I love this blanket. I'm taking this blanket on the plane.
We all have ours too. Trust us.
Yeah, I'll roll it up and I'll stick it on my suitcase. It goes with me on the plane. It goes with me everywhere. And
That's awesome.
yes. I was going to say something, but it's totally slipped my mind. But Annie, I do want you to know, even though she's not physically here, you can't kill energy.
Yeah.
She's still very, very, very much alive. That's why she's come to the house. She's giving me signals, or she's put number ones on my nightstand, etched in on the nightstand. I've seen her silhouette. I've seen so many connections with Annie on so many levels. And, you know, I've had quite a bit of death in my family over the years and living in that home, but dealing with how she transitioned helped me to understand death and become a past life regression therapist and become a future life progression therapist to find out why are we in this life with these people and what happens to us after we transition. So she's just not here on earth physically, she's on higher spiritual realms. And that's how she's able to reach out to you guys, and she can help you. We just call on her, and she's doing this. She knows what she's doing.
You know, it's so funny that you say that, because I think I mentioned it the other night. So we'll talk about the Hugs Across America thing too. But I was like you know, obviously, like I have a real job. Like, not that this is not a real job, but this is volunteer for me. But you know, I was so tired, but I had to do the Hugs Across America thing, and I was so tired. It was like 11 o'clock, and I had to get up at like 6 for my real job. So my husband had taken the dog for a walk, and I think he knew I was tired. He came in and he's like, I got a picture to show you. And he showed me, and out in the parking lot was that license plate that said 4 AKB.
That was amazing.
And when he showed me that, I was like, that is exactly what I just needed to see, because it just, he's like, I knew you'd want to see this. He's like, keep going.
Amazing.
He's like, keep going, Barbara. I'm like, okay, that's what I needed to see. And then I sent you guys the picture the next day.
Yes, I was blown away. Annie surprises me all the time. She's got something always coming up, popping. I'm like, okay, Annie, I hear you. And now I found out she's my spirit, one of my spirit guides, as well as y'all spirit guides as well.
Well, she definitely found her voice, without a doubt. You know, I'll touch upon it. upon, hugs across America really quickly. But I
Okay.
just want to say that Annie's 7 years coming up, and it's not an easy time for us. It really isn't.
It's been very heavy.
It's very heavy. It just, the days leading up to this, and I still have like years worth of Annie's text messages, and I can pull up her text message from today, 7 years ago, and see what kind of mood she was in. Like, I knew what was going on: happy, sad, good, bad.
Mhm.
I tend to not do it at this time, because around this time, because if she's not, because looking back, if I see a message that I should have, like, I don't know. I'll honestly say I don't have regrets when it comes to Annie, because I would have done anything for her. And I think
Mhm.
she knew that, and I was there all the time. Like, I was there all the time, and I would do anything. So in my heart, I'm not saying that I'm regretful when I look at her messages, but I feel her now when I look at those messages. I feel her true self when I read those messages, instead of during that time I read the message and didn't feel as deeply about it. So if she was really happy, I knew she was really happy during that message, like now. And if she was really upset, I knew she was really upset during that message.
Mhm.
But the hugs across America, so it's really heavy for us right now. We struggle with this time all the time. We try to honor her life while keeping ourselves emotionally able to continue our day-to-day life, right? So Hugs Across America started because we have, touched 12,000 people globally, internationally. And so, I mean, what else do we have to do, even though we're so busy, except for try to hug somebody coast to coast, right? Why not? Let's just try it. So we took it on, and it's the 13th right now, and I will tell you, we are 8 states away from getting someone in every single state on March 30th, making a blanket and hugging it forward.
That's amazing.
We are truly hugging it across America on March 30th.
Yes.
And the reason we chose this is because at some point, as sad and tragic as this is, because it is, we need to step out of that darkness, because I don't think Annie wants us to stay there. And I feel like we need to walk into, I don't know, a huge globe of hope and sunshine, and keep her there, because I don't think she wants us to be heavy. We miss her, we love her, we want her here, we can't have that. So we're going to hug it across America. And, again, we're looking for 8 states. I can name them off, or you can.
Yeah, can you name the states?
I definitely can name the states. Let me pull it up. But
while you're pulling it up, I do want to say this. The number 13 is feminine energy.
Really?
It's not bad luck.
I was gonna say, this is fitting.
It's so not bad luck.
My birthday is on the 13th.
Wow. Yeah, it's feminine energy, honey. Yeah. As Kheisha does. Yeah.
Well, I will say I definitely have like a lot of energy. That's for sure.
Yes.
So we are Delaware, Idaho, Minnesota, New Mexico, North Dakota, Oregon, South Dakota, Utah, and Wyoming. So if someone knows someone, I have no doubt we'll get somebody in each state.
You will.
We
I'm
still
putting
have
that energy out there.
We've done so amazing, and we're not even in the middle of March yet. So, so on that day, what we're going to do is take the United States coast to coast, and we're going to hug it forward. And they say for every one act of kindness, it creates 12 more.
Yes.
So if we send one person a hug, that creates that person to do 12 kinder, nicer things, whether it's open the door, smile at somebody, help your dog, like whatever it may be. And then those 12 acts of kindness creates 12 more, which creates 12 more, which creates 12 more. So the math becomes in the millions. If you take 52 acts of kindness times that 12, times that 12, times that 12. So what we're essentially doing is creating like 1 billion acts of kindness on March 30th.
Yes.
In honor of who she was as a human being. which was the most loving, most kindest, most fantastic human being. And it shows, because it's going to work, and people are going to do it. And here we are.
Yes.
I get it across America.
Yes, yes. You know, they say hugs heal on so many levels that everyone should be hugged at least once a day.
Yeah. And, you know, the funny thing is I haven't been able to see the girls as much because of the whole pandemic thing. And, you know, we've just been a little separated. I think I mentioned my husband has like immune compromise, but we will figure that out. But I remember on Mother's Day, so when we can be outside and hang out together. Remember this past Mother's Day, Christina had come down, and she had gotten there, you know, midday. We had such a nice day. She was dancing in my driveway by the end of the day. But she gave me a big hug, and, you know, she said to me, that just felt so good. Like, I'll never forget her saying that to me. I really needed to hug you.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to get my hands around these girls again, because, you know, Annie was my person, she was my everything. But these girls are my everything too, and they are my people too.
You were her big sister too.
Yeah, she was my baby, man. I mean, we were best friends. Like, we were, you know, I talked to her, I texted her daily, like 20 times a day. She told me when Angie got her job. She told me when she was cheerleading. She told me about Christina, like everything. She's like, Angie's working at DQ, and like, or her and Chrissy would always go through Dunkin' Donuts, get their mochachinos. Like,
I love it.
you know, she had her big sunglasses on, her big smile, and like selfies with Chrissy and, you know, and their sister, and she'd be like, like, you know, she was an amazing human being, and she should still be here. So
she is.
Hopefully we have like enough, we're getting enough, we're being her voice loud enough to help someone else stay here. Stay here. I mean, it's difficult. The world is difficult, and we get that. And but, you know, my older self knows how much I would have lost if I didn't stay here. You know, I look at my grandchildren, I look at these girls, I look at like so much in my life, and like, I'm grateful that I stayed here. But you don't see that in your darkest moments. You don't see
You just want the pain to stop.
You just want the pain to stop. Yeah. And I get that too. But my older self now thanks myself for just keep going, because the joys that I see now, even though of course there was a tragedy and I miss her with all my heart, like that part, I don't, you know, I want that to come back. But you know what I see now, like, I can't wait for Angie's wedding. I can't wait to see what Chrissy does in her life. Like, I'm going to be their biggest cheerleaders. Like, you know, I will follow them across the world, and my own kids too. And their joy makes me happy. So, you know, my older self thanks my younger self for keep going. I think this is what these girls, I mean, I know that both these girls really have a tough time during this time and stuff too, but you know, when I say they keep going, they are brave. The things that they've done and people they've spoken in front of and the way they've shared their story is pretty remarkable.
I bet it is.
14 years old. Christine was 14 years old. They were children, you know.
And I want to ask Angie about that a little more too, if she could elaborate how her life has progressed, and you know, from that day, from that moment. I can only imagine, not going to, my mother is still alive, so I can only imagine what you experienced when that all happened to you, and also how you've grown.
Well, honestly, I mean, it changed who I was completely. You know, deep down, I always am going to be that, you know, silly, goofy, just like bubbly, bright girl that I've always been. But when that happened, a light turned off in me like that day. And I guess it's just, it's tough because I have so many questions now. Now that I am dealing with mental illness, it is genetic. I am dealing with it as well. And as I'm getting older, it's getting worse. And, you know, there's a lot of the times where I feel like, you know, I'm just like, wow, I can't even imagine what she was going through, just
Mhm.
knowing how I feel right now. Like,
Mhm.
and you know, I was really angry with her for a while, and I really just and it makes me sad to say that, because
Mhm.
knowing, you know, after all these years as my older self now, I just know that her mind was telling her that she was a burden, and that we were better, you know, that the life was better off
Mhm.
without her. And, you know, that mental illness was placing those false beliefs in her mind. And I have to remind myself that every single day. And honestly, I think that with these blankets, like what Barbara said earlier, like just having that hope, like just
Mhm.
giving that little sign that, like, if
Someone
you push
cares.
through this, like someone cares about you. And if you push
Mhm.
through this, like you might just see one more person that cares about you. You might just see a whole sea
Mhm.
of people that care about you, a whole
Mhm.
array of people who are cheering you on. And, you know, I also look at that too, you know, a lot of the times when, you know, so I was 15 when she passed away. I was kind of coming in age cheerleader, and she was also my best friend. When my dad had moved out, it was literally just us, you know, the girls and her. And she felt like at times my older sister, because we were so
Mhm.
close in age.
Mhm.
Like she had me very young when she had me when she was 19. So
Mhm.
we were very, very close in age. And I kind of knew what was going on, but in our family, we were raised to deal with our shit. Sorry,
Mhm.
but we were
No, it's fine.
raised to deal with our shit and shut
Mhm.
the hell up, and that was it.
Mhm.
And we just really needed a 360. And obviously, unfortunately, this time and everything, like this is all so bittersweet, because she should be here. And
Mhm.
I truly think that if, you know, thank God for all the people that were there for her in her moments and her last struggles and stuff. And but also, you know, there was a lot of people who were there and they were kicking her down while she was already
Mhm.
laying on the ground asking for help.
Mhm.
And I think that we could be very angry. I think that we could sit here and let us be bitter and let this
Mhm.
situation turn us bitter. But from my life experience, it's a lot more effort to try,
Mhm.
but life will reward you and show you just how, like, I feel like life just shows you just how worth it you are to live it. And
Mhm.
Annie's kindness blankets, this saved my life. And I thank God I thank everybody just like so much for like allowing me to like bring myself into this and to express my feelings and to talk about my mental illness and not feel like ashamed about it, but feel strength and vulnerability
Mhm.
and authenticity,
Mhm.
and to bring that to AKB every single day, you know. And I really just think that that domino effect and that this energy my mom has is just so like majestic. Like I just feel like it truly connects every single person that encounters it, whether it is helping them, it, you know, is showing them a way to volunteer, it's just, or if it's just opening up that conversation for them to be like, hey, you know what, I haven't really been feeling okay, maybe I should look into talking to someone.
Yeah.
You know, it really is just that hope. So that's what I've been holding on to, and I think that that's what's brought me to where I am today.
We're
I'm gonna
very
talk
proud
to you.
of
That was
you.
very well said.
Yeah,
I was gonna,
very
I'm
proud
gonna
of you,
have you,
honey.
yeah, very proud. I want to ask you something too, Chris, but I want to tell you ladies something that I am, another part of my business is called AO scanning, and it's a 10-second recording, and Kheisha can elaborate on it as well. I'm going to give you guys the scan. When we get a chance, I want you, each one of you, to send me a 10-second recording of your voice repeating your name, and I'm going to send you a full body scan of why you are experiencing what you're experiencing. It comes with 4 mantras that you listen to, you play every morning when you first wake up. It
Oh,
it'll help you heal. It will help you heal your mental illness. It will boost you up, and it's so many levels to it. It's off the Richter scale. When you see this report that I'm going to email to you guys, it's going to blow you away. It's going to tell you, it's going to read your blood lipids. It's going to align your chakras as you're speaking into the recording. When I'm going to send frequencies to your chakras, it's going to tell you what chakras were unaligned and what chakras are now aligned. And it's it's like a 30-page report. I'm going to email it to you. So I can't wait to help you guys get to the next level of your healing. So that's going to be my gift to you three. So as soon as y'all get a chance, tonight or tomorrow, send me a 10-second recording separately on text me separately, and then and your email address that you want me to send a report to.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
That
That
sounds
is very
amazing.
kind.
You're welcome. So Chrissy, can you tell us, can you elaborate also what happened with you up until now?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like kind of like Angela said, like I was at such, like I was 14, like I was going through puberty, like I was about to enter high school, like I had a lot of self-image issues and mental health issues myself at such a young age. And I don't know, I think like even today I'm still angry, like I still harbor like a good amount of negative feelings. I think the way I cope with my mental health and the way that I can kind of self-soothe and talk myself through things is a lot better than when I was younger and it, you know, her death was really fresh and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like I get very like jealous of like other young women who are really close to their moms and like always talk about, you know, I live with my best friend and she's so close with her mom. And yeah, I mean, it kind of depresses me sometimes, and I'm never going to be able to you can't replace a mother, especially if you're a young daughter. You need that in your life. And me and Angela will never have that, and neither will our younger sister. But you know, I still have mother figures, at least. You know, I have Barbara, who's always been like a mother figure to me. Again,
she loves you guys so much. Yeah.
I mean, she treats me like her own daughter. And I'm just so lucky to be blessed with such a great support system.
Wow.
And especially with Annie's Kindness Blankets, it's created such an open, loving community, whether that was, you know, in me and Angela's high school, like in our friend groups, and just in our town in general, like even complete strangers that we've gotten, you know, pretty close to, like you, our mom and our mom's energy and stuff like that. And, you know, it's always going to be bittersweet, but Barb always says, keep walking towards the sunshine. So that's what we're going to continue to do. And AKB makes us feel really good. And, you know, we're not going to stop doing that ever. If it makes us feel good and it makes other people feel good, you know, why stop there?
I pray to your mom every day. And I remember when I was talking to my spiritual advisor, and I was literally talking with Anne through my spiritual advisor. And I said, you know, we were concerned about selling the house because we had put it on the market at the late summer instead of the beginning when my husband retired. So I just talked to her and I was like, hey, Annie, I'm like, you're coming with us. I'm, you know, like, we're not going to just leave you. Just because we're leaving, we're not going to leave you. Because one time we left for a week and she thought we were actually leaving her. And I had said, you know, we want you to come with us too. And she says, I'm definitely coming with you. I'm not staying here in this house. And, you know, and she wants you guys to know that she's always around you. Write her a letter, talk to her. She, you know, she gives you signs all the time. And anytime you're in your lowest part, talk to her. Talk to her so she can give you that extra strength and that energy that you need to continue to go on. Because once Queen Kheisha, she's going to read your astrology readings, and I can't wait till she shares with you guys the extensive work that she did for you all. Did you want to say anything before we start with Kheisha?
I actually just want to say one thing, because I want to touch upon what Christina just said about, you know, just not having her mother figure, which is a huge part of her life. Like, you know, I know that, like, it eats me up inside that they don't have that mom figure. Like, what? Like, sometimes I'm speechless to how strong these girls are without
very strong.
any parental figure in their life. but their mom, you know, and I'm not angry at Annie, just I think, and I'm not taking away from Christina's son because I think that her feelings are very, very valid. But I think that I'm not angry with her because I think as me as an adult looking back at the last 2 years of her life, like I really saw her try to stay here. But see, these were her kids, and they were seeing like one version of a mom, you know, her mom, their mom, but I was seeing the version of my best friend trying to stay afloat at all times. And so that's the only, so looking back, that's what keeps me from not being angry. Sure, was I angry? I was angry a lot of times. I was angry she left. I was angry this happened. I was angry these girls got put into the situation. I was angry for a lot of things. I will say I let that anger go.
Because it turns to cancer.
It really does. And it happened and I can't hold on to it anymore. I just, the anger part, I can still put my boundaries up. There's certain people I want nothing to do with.
As you should. That's loving yourself first.
Yeah, loving yourself first. And that's what I was going to say. You have to love yourself first, because if you have like a toxic person around you and they start saying negative things to you, if you don't love yourself first, you're going to believe what they're saying. And it just grows and grows and grows and grows. But at the end of the day, they don't have their mom with them, and that really, really, really bums me out. And if I could have changed anything from that night or anything that happened, I would have probably sold my soul to do it, you know. But I am here for those girls no matter what. I'm here for the rest of their lives. I've told them everyone,
and I am too. Y'all not getting rid of me.
You know,
We've been forever, honey. I'm your chocolate friend. I'm your chocolate queen.
You have to surround yourself with people that empower you, believe in you, want you to succeed, are on your side and lift you up. If those people aren't around you, you need to get with them. The minute they make you feel less than the beautiful person that you are, you have to fade away from it. And, you know, Angie and Chrissy, especially, they empower other people. And I hope that they do both realize that they deserve the same. So, you know, Annie might be in a different form and they might not have that love in a different form, but the people that surrounding them want them to succeed. And I am one of them. And I will die on that sword before I let you fail. That's all I'm gonna say.
Love you, Barb, so much.
I love you guys so much.
I definitely think too, like AKB, like what you were saying about how you saw her more as like the best friend, and that's why it helped you understand more of her struggle and everything too. And I definitely think AKB like helped me put her into a different perspective as well, because not, you know, I feel like AKB just makes it, you know, it's like whether she was a mother, a friend, a sister, a girlfriend, you know, a wife, whoever she was still a person. And this happens to almost everyone. And and you're right. And I feel like AKB has created this community of just powerful, energetic, loving people. And I really just feel like she found her tribe. You know, she found her tribe, and I feel like I found my tribe too.
And you guys are part of her tribe. You know, you guys are big. You guys are the leaders of the tribe.
Yeah, you started it. You're founders of it. Yes.
You know, I was telling the girls earlier, like the last couple of days and stuff. So we do have a team of like 8 women that help us do this, and you know, but I try to share as much as I can when I see emails come in and stuff. Just to like let them know how many amazing emails we're getting. But we're getting emails from people that got blankets 3 years ago, or like hugs across America. They're like, you know, we got one, you know, when my daughter passed, and I want to hug it forward. I'm in on March 30th. Like,
yes.
And then the one biggest message that I think that just really like sealed my heart a little bit is when Angie and Chrissy were going through that, they had a guidance counselor that was there for them all the time. Her door was wide open for them.
She got me into college. I never would have done it.
Wow.
I didn't have any help at home. She got me to do all my stuff, and she helped me so much. She's such a wonderful person.
And they trusted her. You know, it's really hard to trust somebody after a big project like that. And I didn't know her at all, but you know, I knew the girls could go into her office and sit and talk to her and trust her and trust her with what they were saying. And so, you know, I saw this one post where she shared Hugs Across America, their old guidance counselor, and she was like, I'm so proud of these girls. I know the founders. I'm personally, you know, tied to this organization. And to me, you know, we hold her in such high regard. To see her hold these girls in such high regards now, it was just almost like a kismet moment. Like it was almost like a, you know, I hope these girls really realize the sunshine and energy they're putting out there. Because
you're healing so many.
Yeah,
Our healing
it's
is
not me. Like I really am in the background, but it's their energy too.
Yeah, y'all have healed so many people. You're gonna heal millions.
I know.
Millions and millions and millions and billions. I can't wait to see. And I want to come to the weddings, to the graduations.
You're there.
We coming up.
They're definitely game changers, you know. They are people that come into this world and shake up the world, you know, and they're shaking it up.
Yes.
Yeah. And I feel like the reason that we're healing so many people is because we're healing ourselves first. And we wouldn't have been able to do that if AKB gave us nothing. Like AKB gives us everything. And at one point, and even still today, it gives us a reason to go on. So we're just happy that, you know, it can do as much for us as it does for other people too.
Exactly.
So many people are looking at you guys. They're looking at how you, and for you guys to be so young and you reach out to so many people, they really need that love, you know?
Yeah.
So Kheisha, do you want to get started? Do you want to start, share your screen, or how?
I just want to say one more thing before we go. We have to get Kheisha and Annie's kindness blankets. So when whatever, you have to text me her address because we will get her.
Actually, she's right in Massachusetts with you guys.
Oh, that's awesome. We will get you one. We will get you the perfect one.
Yeah, this is my beautiful, my phenomenal co-host. I love her so much. We talk every day, all day. We've talked extensively about Annie and how we connected and the stories and all the things I experienced in the house and up until now. So she knows, you know, she knows she's kind of personally in there, so she's connected with you guys. So she's so excited. She was excited about doing your astrology reading. So
thank you so much.
So is yours, Queen.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much. This was a wealth of information. I'm super excited to have the honor to be able to put a face to the name. It's always interesting as an astrologer to sit back and hear a conversation after doing a reading. You're like, yeah, I know. So, but before I do jump into that, I did have a few things that I wanted to say that came out to me really clear. Is to be intentional with what you were doing. Barbara, you said a few different things, key points, and your chart was the chart that I related to the most. I seen this, I was like, oh my God, she's an astrologer. She doesn't even know it yet. But be intentional with what you guys are doing. And I'm sure that you are, in a sense, in the back of your minds, you know this, but I want to make a clear statement. When you say self-love, self-care, talking more about the things that make you angry, and including those intentions with every project that you do with this is going to empower you guys even more and help you heal more. Those are the things that came out to me the most as I was listening. And again, I'm sure you guys are all already doing this, but if I could add any advice, that was the one thing that came up the most. Be intentional with what you're doing with Annie's blankets. If there's a part of yourself that you are feeling angry about and that you want to heal, when you set that project up in connection to Annie's blankets, be intentional with why you're doing that. That's going to empower your healing on a level that with everything that's coming up with this energy right now, you guys are closing out a massive cycle. There are major endings coming, but in a way where you get to carry on with her and have it. Like I think Queen was saying it too. It's like naturally you can talk to her whenever you want to. These are tools that you can gain. I'm pretty sure if you guys are in counseling or anything, you'll learn these things as well. They are very powerful tools. Be intentional. I might say that a few more times because I can't stress how powerful you guys already are. But when you put intention to it, it's like your heart. I think of Care Bears when I have these kinds of conversations, and your heart chakra emanates into that. It brings in more healing. It's more empowering. And when it comes from your heart, now you're manifesting in real time and you're healing in real time, and you will feel that in real time. So before I get into the reading, I know this is so long-winded, but how can people help? You guys said a lot about what you did, how you started, but where can people go to get involved, and what other ways that people can get involved if that is such a thing?
Do you want me to take this, ladies?
Sure. Doesn't matter.
So the way people can get involved is we have a website, and it's annieskindnessblankets.org. And on that website, it's all sorts of information about who we are and what we're doing. In 2015, actually, right after Annie passed away, the girls made a really powerful suicide awareness video. It's down in the right-hand corner. If you happen to watch it, get tissues because you'll cry your way through it. But the way people can help us is volunteer to make blankets. We will ship anybody the kits of the material to make blankets. We don't ask for a dime. It's always helpful if somebody has the funds to buy the material, just because we're a small nonprofit. But however, if they don't, we will ship them everything they need. You can get, your classroom, your Girl Scouts, your organization. We've teamed up with a couple of organizations that make them now. One is Sleep in Heavenly Peace, which makes beds for children that are sleeping on the floor, and each bed comes with an Annie's Kindness blanket. We teamed up with Simon Says Give, and they give birthday parties to kids that have never had one, and each birthday party comes with an Annie's Kindness blanket. So that's like a happy hug. We've teamed up with Project 351. We've given them to the veterans, the cancer hospitals. We've given them to the nursing homes, have made them for us, and we've given them to other nursing homes that needed them. We've shipped them, to tragedies, the Parkland student shootings in Florida. We shipped them to their families. Wow. There was a huge accident in Alaska. A hockey team was all on the bus, and we shipped them all to the hockey team, members of their family. So, and then if you're in a different state, and if you want to make it with your core group of people, we will make it happen. We will send you the kits. We'll tell you how to do it. And we don't need these blankets back. You can flip them right back out into your own world. You can give them to whatever organization you want them to. Because at the end of the day, it's just a hug it forward. And we don't need to know where they go or who they you give them to. We just know that you're actually hugging it forward and you're helping someone. At the end of the day, that's all we need. And of course, we have a donation link because we're very self-funded, but we're also, we live on donations, which you can find on our website at annieskindnessblankets.org. There's a little donate button right there. But really, anybody can just reach out at info@annieskindnessblankets.org and say, I want to help. How can I do this? And we will reply with all that information.
Nice.
Okay, good. Because Kheisha, she probably was looking at your reports. I want you to give me everything that you want me to put in the description of the video. Okay. At the bottom, so all the connects, all the websites and links and so forth, so that everyone could just go into the description and just type and go right there.
Perfect. I definitely will.
Okay, Kheisha, did you want to continue on?
Yep, I just wanted to bring up the first one that I have on here.
I'm going to share it. She's going to share a screen shortly. I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear y'all report.
I know. I was just going to say that. I'm so just for you.
Yeah, those are her report. She did my report. She answered all the questions, because I said, oh my God, what is going on? I feel like I'm being attacked. And she gave me my report and she was like, this is what's going on, Queen. Okay.
Okay,
Right, so
can you guys see this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this is Angela's chart. I did really try to focus on the future and advice moving forward. I tried to stay away from the past and hopefully give you guys some light and healing to look forward to.
Okay.
So I hope that that's okay. And if you have any
Sure.
questions, please don't hesitate at any given time. I can send you these charts. I
Yeah.
would imagine you guys have gotten readings in the past.
I don't think I ever have.
Really?
No,
Is
Yeah,
that
it's probably
Barbara
my
saying
first.
that?
that is me saying that. I'm so busy, like 26 out of 24 hours a day. I just don't have time for myself.
Wow. 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 All right. So Angela,
God, I'm kind of nervous.
wait a minute, let me get to the third house. So when you're focusing on the future, typically these are eclipse readings, or what we call the North and South node in astrology. And you're having yours in the third house. And the North node being in the third house is really all about changing the way you think about something. And it looks like that this isn't just something that you've been working on now, which has come up since November, and you'll have this energy all the way until January of 2023. This is really going to change the way you communicate with others, the way you think about certain things. And again, doing something with your hands, any kind of arts, designs and things of that nature, fixing things, is healing. This is going to be a healing opportunity for you on a pretty big level. So of course, immediately I thought of the project that you guys have with Annie's blankets and how much more you can grow into that and being able to do different things with that. Now, when you do these blankets, are you creating them yourselves or are people creating them for you?
I mean, like we've made them in the past, but I guess mostly now other people, I would say.
Right, you know.
But
Well, we have
Okay.
blanket, when there was not a pandemic, we've had blanket making events and then
Yeah.
everybody would show up. I mean, we
we
got
would,
to a
we
point
would
where
fly
like,
through blankets all day. So like, hopefully that
Yeah.
would be coming back again, hopefully soon.
yeah,
Mhm.
but
Okay.
but you just recently made some for Hope too, like you got
Yeah.
together and made it for,
Yeah.
yep, and I mean, we all will jump in and make them when we need. I have kits here actually where I am. My mom just made a bunch, but they come from us and then they come from our volunteers as well.
I definitely
Wow.
have been feeling this like creative energy lately. And like
Really? I'd be surprised if it didn't start amping up right around the time you guys said where this is going to get really hard for you. That's how you turn your passion into power, because
I
that
feel it.
area, huh?
Oh, I said, yeah, I feel it now. Like I've felt it for for a little while now. So, did you say November?
Yeah, this energy started since November. Yep.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah.
It's gonna start to warm up more. I think, Angela, I don't know what it is you do, but your mother's not done with you yet. I know you probably can't see it yet, and you may not be feeling it. I mean, if I'm correct, Angela was the one who said that she was angry, but she did see some forwardness with it and has made some peace with it. I don't think you understand the magnitude of your purpose and connection to your mother. It's going to amp up, I'm going to say between May and all the way through to October, where you're going to stand up in your power. You're going to grow more. Your healing is going to complete. You are ending a cycle because you have Aries and Chiron, Jupiter and Aries. Jupiter will move into Aries the 12th, and you're a Pisces rising.
Yeah.
So your mother, I'm trying to hold back the tears. I wish you guys could see my face while we were doing this. This is extremely powerful. Angela, you got work to do. You're going to amp up. You're going to get more busy. I would say if you do the blankets personally, that's how she connects with, she works through you. I'd be surprised if there were times that you hadn't even felt her working with you doing that. And that's probably why you do it. Keep doing it because she loves it. She loves it. She's very connected to you. She's watching over you quite consistently. And again, I really think she's going to help you heal even more and grow within your power with whatever it is you're working on.
That's so crazy. Like I've been just like sitting on like these creative ideas in my head for like a couple months now, and this just like totally validated me in like stepping forward and pursuing those passion projects that have made me like that have made me happy in the past. And diving into AKB is one of them. And this is just so crazy like that you're saying this, because even though like right now the energy has been really heavy, it's been heavy in a way where like it's demanding change, and it's demanding me to
transformation.
Step up. And I feel it, and I feel that, and it is motivating. It's very like it's almost like I have someone pushing me behind me, like I don't have a choice, but it's like also it's like I don't want to stop anyways. So
right, the transit, that's that Pisces energy. It's transformational, it's transient, and because Pisces is the sign that rules the supernatural, in that way you really do become a conduit for the other side. That's why Queen Dawn is connected with you guys, because she has this in her chart as well. In fact, it's in the same exact place where yours is, but yours is Jupiter and Pisces, and Queen Dawn's is Jupiter and Aries. And I mean, this was so, I don't even know you guys. And I was like, oh my God, it's just, it was an honor to hear you guys speak and be able to share that message with you. Angela, please don't give up in anything that you do. And if there's ever a time, like Queen said, that you're feeling anger or any emotion, talk to your mother. She is right there with you.
Okay. I am.
And you know, the funny thing is that Angela and I have had these conversations in the past, just recently, about how far she wants to go in her visions. And
wow.
You know, and it's funny, and she's pretty strong in her belief in what she's going to do next. And it does include AKB, and it does include her education, and it does include what she wants as part of like a creative program for other people. Like she very much knows what she wants, and she's just started like
I'm like reaching that. Like I'm like, I feel like I was in a very long period of like rest and reflection, and like almost just like in my own head for months. Like, and I spiritually woke up about a year ago, and it again completely changed who I was. Like it completely changed my perspective in how I view life. I started looking at life more positively, because I realized that it's me who changes my reality. It's me who decides what my life looks like. And it definitely, like that energy, like, and just, I definitely am very empathic. I pick up on people all the time. I see images in my head. I read tarot. It's definitely very confusing, and it's scary to me sometimes, because like I don't really have a lot of people to talk about that to, and obviously not, you know, people who don't get it just don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? If you're woke, you're woke. If you're not, you're not. So it's definitely been, but I definitely feel my spiritual energy is getting a lot stronger, and it's been like my intuition has been crazy lately, and just like my dreams and everything. It's really crazy to see like this all come full circle, and also feel really validated in that too. Like,
that's awesome. And you know, Angela, what they say is, or the quote is, you spend the majority of your life in your own head, make it a happy place for you.
Yes.
You know,
I love how Chrissy was quoting you earlier, Barb.
What?
I was going to say this earlier, but I loved how Chrissy was like, kept quoting you.
Oh yeah.
You have some good one-liners.
I know, that's why I was like, damn, she's not wrong. Like Barb always has the great one-liners. Like,
I believe in what we're like, I know you guys believe in what we're doing too, but you know, I believe in what we're doing, but I also know that you guys lift me and keep me moving. So anything that comes out of my mouth is really a message to you guys, and I don't really know where it comes from. Like,
Spirit talking. It's spirit.
I feel like all the time, spirit
That's your
spirit guides talking through you.
What was that, honey?
I was gonna say, like, I feel like half the time too, like, I don't think we realize a lot of the time spirit is talking through us. Like,
Yeah.
they're telling us what that other person needs to hear. Even if sometimes when things like fly out of my mouth, I'm almost like, I didn't even think about that.
You're getting
just-
spiritual.
It really wasn't me. Like, you know.
You're getting spiritual downloads, like Kheisha said, it's coming from the soul.
Coming from the soul, that's
Yeah.
right.
So is there anything else in the report that you want to elaborate, Kheisha? Because we have two
That
more
was-
to do.
That was powerful enough for me. If you had, do you have any other questions, Angela, or would you want me to send you your chart so you could look it over and research it?
Yeah, I would love for you to send it to me. I guess. Do you
I'm
think?
gonna put you in a text. She doesn't have her iPhone, but I'm gonna, actually, I think you guys will put on it, actually, Kheisha, when I send the Zoom link, you guys are, their emails are
she's
in
on.
that link, in that email.
Oh, okay, okay,
Or I
okay,
can send it, or I can send it to, I can send you their emails. I got them,
okay, okay.
okay? Did you have any more questions, Angela, before we move on to the next report?
I guess I just want to know, like, even though this energy is only supposed to last like from November to January, do you think that that is going to be instilled with me for like as I move forward? Like,
Yes, this is a new cycle for the next 2,000 years. We are officially in the age of Aquarius.
woo, that's me.
And so the reason why I mentioned until 2023 is because that's when this Taurus transit cycle ends. And so what happens when you're inside of a transit is that it's a little bit more chaotic. So there are going to be a lot of different things that you're going to try on for different reasons until you find what fits. And after 2023, it really takes on a life of its own. So it's an evolution process is all.
Okay. So stay patient, keep working.
Listen to the signs. That's the most powerful message I can say. And if you ever have any questions in those times of need, when you're by yourself, say them out loud. Your mother is listening. She will show you the way.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you so much. This was like so powerful and just so much more, like just such what I needed to hear.
I was just gonna say, I think this is exactly what Angela needed today.
I really was having, I mean, obviously you guys don't know this, but I've been having a really hard time the past few days. And, you know, I was planning on staying a little bit more quiet tonight, but it's literally just impossible when you're surrounded with people who match you so well and who just uplift you to be yourself. So I really appreciate this so much. Thank you so much, ladies.
You're very welcome.
Honored. Thank you.
All right. Now we have Chris.
Fancy.
She's like, she's waiting now. Like, what are you going to tell me?
I'm ready.
Okay, so you're having this in the 4th house, so there might be a lot of transitions within your home, whether that's people moving in, people moving out, or you're moving specifically.
To your
Or-
aunties.
Ooh, Chrissy,
Huh?
that's so weird.
I said to your aunties.
She's like, yeah.
Yep.
Also, this could be, again, another connection I found with your mom and a way that you can connect. You must be very transient too. Yours might come in a different way because you got Aquarius in the 1st house. And Aquarius is still very an intuitive sign, but it's such 5D. And that's not an easy thing to learn and understand. It's on the spiritual level, like in between this 3D realm and the realm where, you know, the non-living are, if you will. But that's where we're moving into in this energy. And so when I was looking at this, I thought more of you're getting ready to have a connection to your family line, your bloodline, and understand this from that perspective. Maybe even doing some research on that to really understand, come up with your own definitions and understandings of what it is you've been through and how that connects to your mom and what you know of her. And any information that you can get that brings you closer to her, these things are going to help you even more. Any kind of, like, if you thought of one in particular situation that you shared with your mother in a specific kind of way that you would always want your family to look like, whatever that is, and build from that vision, that's going to help you heal. That's something that you can do. It's a way to build and create on your family line, heal along with your mom and anything that she did that you wish to carry on in your own creative way and in your time. That was one of the things that came up the strongest for me. But fourth house things are your ancestral line, your bloodline, going back to the past, revisiting the past in any way, shape, or form, not to stay there, but again, to understand it, whatever it is that you have questions about. And also, again, with the moving, this is like if somebody lives in one place and has a house somewhere else. I don't know, maybe you're staying on campus. I seen you guys were going to college. I didn't know if they were still doing that with the pandemic.
I think she said she's moving with her auntie.
Oh, she does live with her aunt.
Well, right now she lives with her best friend
Right.
because of the pandemic, but as soon as everything's safe and calm, they both can come to my house. I mean,
That's
Angie did.
amazing.
Okay, so that's going to happen for you. You'll definitely be a lot more comfort in there. You need that closeness because you're still healing too.
Yeah.
And I still feel like you've got actually a head on it more than anybody else, but you can't see it yet because we're in this lack energy, that Pisces energy. If you don't know it well, or if you haven't really mastered that energy, sometimes it could come off as a lack of clarity, a lack of direction, often feeling like you don't know what it is you want exactly, but give it some time to pass up. Once we get more into Aries season, you'll begin to start to see everything it was that you was going through and why you had to go through it. Pisces energy is always about signs.
Yeah.
Signs and information to catch it, but everybody experiences it in a different way for different reasons. And you're going to get that. And I feel like the closer you move to your aunt, or when even it doesn't even have to be with her, but it's about home, comfort, safety, security. These things you need to help you heal. These are your foundational points throughout this time from now until 2023, so that you can get a firm foundation, so you can think clearly, so that you can have that comfort you need to do the work that you need to do, and you'll be fine. You're going to get all of the messages of anything that might have felt like you didn't understand as you move into your comfort zone.
Yeah, I think it's interesting you say that, especially like kind of reconnecting like with my past and my mom specifically, because I found that it's very hard for me to like, my mom like still has like social media up, like her Instagram and her Facebook, and it's very hard for me to look at pictures of my mom because I just get super emotional or I just completely block it out. But I actually a couple weeks ago I went through her Facebook pictures and I saved the ones that I liked the most, and I thought that it would be a good idea to recreate some of her old pictures because some of them are just really iconic and they're really cute.
Yes.
And I thought that would be really cute to do. But also it's funny that you mentioned moving because I have had it kind of like an itch to start up somewhere else and to just this environment that I am in is fine, but it's very stagnant for me.
Yeah.
So I definitely need a change, maybe moving in someone who's like more like family to me.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before too, and I we've gone through this pandemic and stuff, but I feel more hopeful than I have before, maybe because we're getting more herd immunity. Jamie's got a doctor's appointment coming up. Like, I feel very hopeful, and I feel like my family will be back together again. And both these girls know that I have a room for them at all times. And even if they had to move back in now, I would have them in a second. Their lives might change a little bit because their uncle is immune compromised, but I can't wait to have them around me because I just feel like I'm better in their presence.
Likewise.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And I think I'm speaking for their mom because she always felt better.
She wants that. She wants that so bad because she knows that you're going to protect them with your life.
And I will.
That's right. Yeah.
And the funny thing about Christina too is what you said was spot on. Is she's she's looking for that direction that she wants to go into. She hasn't quite found it yet, but you know, me as her aunt looking from the outside, I mean, she is so talented on so many levels. Like when she speaks for AKB group, she is just bold and independent and strong and strength, and you know, she has no idea, but so many people are listening to her and gathering their own hope from her. She is a leader, you know, and just from her creative side, like honestly, the girl can do makeup like there's no one else. Okay. So you want your makeup done, call Chrissy. You know, she's just, her personality, she absorbs, like from the day she's been born. I held her when she was born, held them both when they were born, but Chrissy was always an absorber, you know, like she would like sit back and just observe what was going on. She always was a happy baby, but she took it all in. Like she never made a peep. She was never unhappy. She was never dissatisfied. She just like looked at everything and took it all in. And I kept always saying, I wonder what she's thinking, because she's got this brain on her, you know. And as life went on, you know, Chrissy remained that same kind of person. She's quiet in a group until she gets to know you. You know, she's not the first to put her, you know, her vocals out. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you piss her off, she'll come out swinging.
I know that's that. That's
Aries.
But she does. She sits back and she like makes sure she knows what's what, who's where, what her key points are. She, you know, takes a total map of the room. You know, she's very cognizant of what's going around her. You think that she's not knowing, but that girl knows everything. And you know, I think once she gets that all pulled together, she's going to be a powerhouse. She is a powerhouse.
They already are. Yeah, you're right.
She's in the making. She's going to follow in her sister's footsteps, but she's going to add something a little bit additional in a very, very unique and different way. Because she is the youth coming up, these children today, I don't know if anybody else is noticing it, but they think very differently than we do.
Yeah.
And it's because they've seen all the pain and struggling that we have as adults, and they are determined, whether they know it or not. It's a burning fire to change those trends of pain and struggle. And because she is an Aquarius, she's going to be a part of that trend setting. And so as she's sitting back, analyzing and assessing, she's keeping notes. She's checking the list.
I believe it.
Yeah, that's seriously.
When it's her time, she's going to get that activation. I can promise you that, but it's going to be very different, outside of the box. And everybody's going to be, there's going to be a way for everybody to profit and benefit off of whatever it is she does. I can tell you that much.
You know, it's funny because I look at these girls, but the youth right now, but especially these girls are my future, and I depend on them to make it a better one. And I also think that they will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they will.
Yeah, I have all the faith in the world in them.
Yep. Did you have any other questions?
I guess like, I don't know if you can see it through my chart, but I guess it's kind of just like, I am like a very like stagnant person, like, or I'll start something and I don't follow through with it. Or I have an idea or I just don't act on it. And it's very challenging for me. Like it causes me to struggle a lot because I don't know if it's, I just don't have the self-discipline, or I just don't have the confidence in myself. But I guess just like, do you have any like maybe advice or like tips on like how I personally can try to get over that or get through that?
Free writing. If you write, if you like to write, even if you don't, speaking, hearing your own voice, sending yourself positive affirmations. You have Aries and Chiron in the third house. It's all about communication. It's going to help change the way you think about whatever it is you're struggling with. Have those conversations with yourself, write them down. If you had a negative experience or thought about yourself, write that negative thought out. Hear it out, you know, understand it, really try to understand where that pain is coming from, but don't stay there. Rewrite it. Rewrite how you want to feel in positive affirmations and self-care and loving yourself. Especially now with this time, with this energy, as we move into Aries, do as much of that as you can until you believe it. And you do have work to do. Anywhere Saturn is in your chart, it's always the hardest, but you also have to remember the person who has the hardest lessons are the people who come out on top always. Your lesson, it just means that you have a bigger blessing than a lot of us.
And say these words whenever you are, it works for me, whenever sadness or you feel a lower vibration, say these words. Good things are always coming to me. Good things are always, make it a chance. And every time you say good, you will start feeling better and you'll start attracting more things. Good things are always coming to me. Good things are always coming to me. Good thing. First thing you should say in the morning, immediately when you wake up, good things are always coming to me. I don't care how bad you feel. Good things are always coming. And when you look in the mirror, tell yourself you love yourself.
Yes.
Look in the mirror and talk to yourself and tell yourself how much you love yourself. And you will see how, try it for 21 days and see how your life transforms.
Seriously.
21 days, Chrissy.
21
and,
days.
The thing too is like, I feel like, as you're going through what you're going through and trying to find your way, like, don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to people that say that you can't do it, or or knock you down, or whatever makes you feel inferior in some manner, in some way. Those are dream stealers. They're put here to challenge you, to, steal your dreams from you, and don't let them do it. You are powerful, and you know what you're doing, and you know where you're going. And, I believe in what Dawn just said, say it for 21 days, because eventually I see it in you. I see you emerging as this don't F with me person. I know my dreams and I'm going to get them.
And find that connection with your mom. Keep looking at those photos, because I can see you have a very strong connection to her. It's also, I feel like if I could put it into words, you're looking for your reflection in your mother. And it might be really hard because the only times, or the times that you do have, might not have been the best experiences, especially thinking of her from where she was. But don't do that. Find a place where she was happy, any place that is for you, and focus on your attention on that moment and understand it for yourself and how you want that to look for you. And act that, do whatever it takes to, again, be intentional with the things that you do in your life to bring your mother in your life, even if that means making your shrine of her in your home as you get comfortable with it, because Cancer energy is very emotional and you want to feel that. And so you got to do what you need to do to feel that. And it does seem like it could be very creative projects here, but that's the connection that you're trying to heal. And the more you understand about her, the more you can find yourself in her. So that's going to help you move on.
And I will say that although Angela looks just like her mother too, but Christina looks just like her mom. Like, there's sometimes I have to do a double take when she posts a picture. I'm like, oh, she looks just like her mom. And like some of the experiences too that like we've always all had together. We've always had girls' date days, and Annie would bring the girls with us and we'd go out for sushi, and we would just have like so much fun and drinking sake and trying all sorts of sushi. And we always had like some sort of date day. The last date day we actually had was at a sushi place, and my daughter had gone away, but she had given us all bracelets or a ring or something like that. And even Mia was there too. Watches, that's what it was. Watches. I actually have a picture of
clear as day.
Yeah, I have a picture of all of us with our hands side by side with all the new things. So all 5 of our hands are together in this picture like this. And I cherish that picture. I mean, we were a team, all of us were such a team,
Yeah, we were. We still are.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, and Chrissy's a big part of that team, and like maybe tap into those moments. And I feel like Chrissy is being like the middle child, or you know, in a very messy situation, might have gotten lost and shuffled a little bit, but
Yeah.
you know,
Mm.
she was a big part of all of that.
Was.
Yeah. Yeah, well, thank you for the reading. That was very insightful. And I'll
Thank
definitely
you.
take some of that with me because I think I needed to hear some of that too.
And you're
And
not
for-
stagnant. Don't say
Yeah.
you're stagnant, because when you say that, you believe it and you continue to attract that energy.
Yeah.
But just use this situation as a stepping stone, okay, to your next mountaintop. You remember, you guys are survivors, not victims. Okay, you're victors, not victims.
And for 21 days, Christina's going to say to herself,
Yes. Both of y'all can try it. It works. I promise you. Also, now we're
I'll
doing.
try it. God knows I need it. I'll try it.
Yep, it works. I promise you.
So Barbara, I really connected to your chart. I was looking through your chart. And I was like, oh my gosh.
It's all woman.
All good things, I hope. All good things.
Yeah, well, you just had a solar return, meaning so you're a Sagittarius rising, and your solar return in your chart is in Sagittarius and Gemini, which was from before November last year for a year and a half prior to that. So just about the end of 2020. And yours was the same thing. And every time you said something, I was like, oh my God, I wonder if she knows that she has the power. Like, you could be doing what Queen Dawn does easily. And I'd even wonder if there were times in your life where you found yourself by yourself, where you got the most messages from your sister and the most confirmations, or things just happening to you that were like, wow, you know, just confirmation.
Was her niece.
Niece, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. That's because I look so young, by the way.
Definitely.
I do feel Annie around me a lot. And, you know, honestly, like, these things, crazy things happen. And I just sometimes, like, sometimes they just take my breath away, like that 4 AKB thing. And, you know, just all sorts of other things. Like, you know, for example, right before we were flying out to receive an award, you know, September 30th always seems to be the time and date that we get these like crazy things that happen. Like, you know, in particular, this time we were flying out to go to the TLC Awards, which we had nothing to do with. We didn't nominate ourselves, like somebody else that got a blanket did. But, you know, we ended up getting this award. They flew us out, but we stayed together the night before at the Custom House, which is in Boston, and we were on the 26th floor, and it was September 29th or September 30th, which is the exact date we started Annie's Kindness Blankets. Wow. And while we were up there, there was 26 stories high. There was this beautiful monarch butterfly up there, like just sitting on the wall. Like, we went up to the observatory tower to like look at all of Boston, and there was this butterfly, and we all were like, is there a butterfly farm here or something? Because this is so crazy. And it was really cold out, and it was dark, and she was just sitting there on the side, and, you know, she crawled on Angela's finger and sat there for quite some time, you know, and you know,
that was Annie.
A couple of us screeched a little bit because, you know, we were like, what's going on, you know?
Yeah, it was like
it was unbelievable. I mean, we have the most crazy photos of this butterfly on Angie's finger, like looking at her. And then, you know, I kept saying, is it injured? Like, what's going on? It was on the side of the building, like 26 stories high. And I had this most amazing photo of the butterfly, and in the background is all of Boston. Wow. That's how high we were. And, you know, for quite some time, like what, 15, 20 minutes or so, maybe even longer, we were just sitting there with this butterfly. And then I thought it was injured. I really did. And then it just flew away. It flew away like, you know, it wasn't injured. And so those moments that come to me like that, I associate them with Annie too. But at the same time, I think I have a block up where I'm almost like, was it? Yes,
You
no,
second
yeah,
guess
no.
yourself.
Definitely her.
Wow. It's
That's-
because of that Sagittarius energy. It's so vast and wide, and you must be extremely busy. I don't know what profession you're in. I would guess that you're doing something around teaching or any kind of broadcasting, or even publishing, writing, perhaps speaking, public speaking. But I picked up teaching the most here because I mean, everywhere, and you are just so strong. You give your heart to everybody. Everybody. You are giving, loving, and kind. And I just, this year, I think it's time to rest and retreat and try to allow other people to do some stuff for you
Delegate.
now. If
Yeah.
you could take some time away for yourself as much as possible, because my golly, Miss Molly, I don't know what you do, but I can see you are a busy little butterfly.
It's so funny because what do I say to you girls the most? I always tell you guys, like, my work is like so insane right now. And, you know, just, you know, and AKB is so busy right now. And, you know, I just feel like I know in my heart that I have like these young adults looking towards me to kind of guide them and show them the way. And I don't want to fail them. You know, I'll never fail them. And even if it's me trying to show them the way, I'm going to do it the best way possible. You know, so I think the love that I have in me is because the love that they have for me. You know what I'm saying? It just keeps me going. So even if I'm working 20 hours in my regular job, I will give another 17 to the girls or AKB, or, you know, it's just, I think that I'm grateful that they are who they are, and they definitely help me be a better person for sure.
I can see it.
Amazing.
It's so strong. I mean, you have the energy here to help you get the help that you need. And I know I keep saying that, and you're probably like, I am not doing that. Do it. Do whatever you can. Vet everybody who you have come in. Trust me. Trust you. Trust that you know what you're doing. You've been doing this for a long time. You have enough wisdom, enough to know exactly what it is to help these girls, to help yourself. Whatever that is, bring in more people, get the help. You have the support here. You're having this in the 6th house, and you have Jupiter and Taurus on top of that. It's almost like a triple trifecta here. I was like, whoa. You're still going to be busy. Trust me, if that's what you're worried about, that's not going to be a problem. You are a little worker bee.
Well,
but
I will.
you gotta love on yourself a little bit more over these next few years. That's my best advice for you.
I will definitely take that advice for sure. And, you know, with Annie, that just came out of my mouth, so she must be with us.
Oh, definitely she is.
With the Angie's plan to, you know, jump into AKB, and I'm sure that whatever Chrissy's plan is too as well. Like, I know that, you know, they're going to lead the way, and I'm going to step behind them or next to them, but in a quiet way. And Team AKB, we have like a team of people that help us too. I won't lie, I am exhausted. So I will take that advice.
Yeah, you need to take some rest for yourself and take care of yourself. Definitely call on Ann and ask Ann to send you some help. Whatever help that you guys need, whatever you want, she's just waiting for you guys to call on her, like Queen Kheisha said. She's waiting for you guys to tell her what you need help with. So anything you need help with, call on her and tell her what you want, and she will make it happen.
She's going to be overloaded.
Tell her she's just waiting. She's just sitting there chilling, waiting for you guys to call on her.
That's been amazing. This is all has been really amazing. Kheisha, this is just like amazing to me. You know, I feel this, like I feel all of this. Like when we came into the conversation, I knew it would be a very chill conversation. And, we met Dawn at a very crucial time in our life. And I think it came at the right time. We met her by accident, never saw it coming. I'm so grateful the girls wanted to go down to the house. I'm so grateful we got to meet you and do this with you, and spread the love even more and further. For sure.
Yeah, thank you. I'm honored to be connected to you guys. Kheisha, please tell everyone how to reach you if they would like their chart done.
Yes, you can follow me on YouTube at A Way of Life, and life is spelled LYFE, for all your astrological updates.
And your email address.
If you have any questions, you want to send me an email, it's info@awayoflife.net.
Okay, thank you, Queen.
Yes.
So guys, is there anything you want to say in closing?
Generally, I just want to say I'm very grateful for, the empowering women that I've met along this journey. And I think our life became so much clearer when we met you, Dawn. Like,
Thank you.
You were meant to come into our life, and Kheisha, like, honestly, you were meant to come in our lives too, and we're connected forever. Like, this is just a pretty powerful connection for sure. And we'll keep you in the loop, and we'll keep you posted. And we can't have enough amazing human souls like you guys surrounding us. We feel better with you guys around us.
Thank you. I'm honored for the connection. I really am. And guys, remember, if there's someone that's going through something and they're going through depression or they're experiencing anything, have them reach out to us. Have them reach out to Annie's Connie's Blankets as well. I'm going to put their information in the description of this video. You can also reach me at queendawnspiritk.com is my website. You can put in your information in the contact form there, or you can email me at Dawn, DAWNSpiritk@gmail.com. I'm sending you all Reiki healing and love. That's why I do Reiki healing, short Reiki healing TikTok videos. I did one for love, for Reiki healing love for Valentine's, but not just for Valentine's Day, but for when you're not feeling love, you just look at that video and you feel the loving vibrations I'm sending you through Reiki, and I'm doing my Reiki symbols, and I'm having so much fun because I love making people happy. And I also did a video on TikTok for anxiety and depression, and I send it to my clients when they're feeling down. I send both videos and I say, watch this video, listen to the vibrations. Look, I'm sending you my Reiki symbols. I'm playing with the sound bowls and all that a little bit. And it makes me feel good that I can reach out and help heal other people, because always remember, no matter how bad things may seem, there's always a silver lining to every situation. And remember, hurt people hurt people. And it's time that you work on healing yourself internally, because just because someone says something doesn't mean that that's what it is. When you get angry, then you're agreeing to what they're saying, and you say to them, that's what you may feel, but I know who I am. And I love myself. And in loving myself, you can no longer have control over me. I'm in control. So it's important that you don't understand, that you understand or overstand, so you're never under anyone. All right.
I love that, so that you understand.
Understand or overstand, but never understand. Never be under anyone. Okay. I'm sending you guys Reiki healing love. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining. Hold on, guys. I'm going to end this recording. Have a phenomenal, amazing 2022, because it's going to be on and popping. Namaste, Aisha.